If we can, in some way, offer enough words don't teach, and analogies, words don't teach, and conversation, words don't teach. We've enjoyed this interaction in this. That if we can offer enough that will to stimulate within you the awareness that your point of attraction is everything because you are the center of your universe, and that you are the perceiver of it, which means you are the vibrational interpreter of it. You translate your vibration into the reality that you are living, into what you are seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching. If we can convince you that since all those things are true, that the only thing that matters to you is how you feel. If you can leave this room with a new determination within you that you now, more than ever before, care about how you feel and mean to do something about soothing yourself. Esther was on an airplane last week, going from Boston back to San Antonio. And there was a beautiful family sitting in front of her, a mother and a child about 6 years old, and two little twin boys who were about 2, maybe, if even. They were walking, sort of kind of talking. And they were all strapped into their 4 seats. And Esther was sitting right behind the mother. And when the airplane took off, one of the little boys, across the aisle from his mother, was terrified. It was probably his first flight. And the roar of the engine, the sound of the machine, the feeling of it on the runway, he was hysterical. And he wasn't spoiled. He was hysterical. He was frightened. It was a new experience, and the power of the airplane scared him. His mother and the flight attendants looking right at his mother like, do not get out of your seat. Do not get out of your seat. And Esther is thinking, if I were that mother, I would be out of my seat now. So the airplane got in the air, and once it was stable, long after Esther thought it was stable, the flight attendant gave her the knowing nod, like, now that your child is out of oxygen. So now, mother moved over into his seat and held him tight in her arms, just tight in her arms, kissing the back of his head and holding him tight in her arms. And gradually he settled down back into his knowing that all was well. And Esther watched that, and she said to her friend sitting next to her, I want to do that with everyone on the planet. I want them to sit on my lap, and I want to hold them in my arms, and I want to say, it's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. She wants to do it to herself. She wants to soothe herself into a point of attraction that allows her what she wants and deserves. She wants you to be soothed into a point of attraction that allows you what you want and deserve, because that is the only missing factor. How you feel. How you feel. If you're terrified, if you're angry, if you're resentful, if you're depressed, if you're aggravated, if you're overwhelmed, those negative emotions are you beating up on you. Now it doesn't feel like that to you. It feels like somebody else is doing it. Esther was pretty mad for a minute at the flight attendant who was just doing her job. But it made Esther want, with everything that she is, to just make sure that she takes care of feeling good. In other words, someone asked us the best question that has ever been asked a few weeks ago. And the question was, Abraham, how do you get rid of doubt? And we said, you get rid of it before it starts, which was so annoying. Because when you're in the middle of it, that answer doesn't apply. How do I get rid of it before it starts when I've already got it? And we say, well, eventually you're going to sleep, and you're going to get up tomorrow, and tomorrow you're going to soothe yourself better so that doubt never gets started. Doubt will never get a foothold if you're watching what you're doing. So Esther began applying that to herself. She woke up every morning with a determination that she was going to find a good feeling place and that she was going to maintain it as long as she could. And she, for the first day, she didn't even get out of bed before it was too late. The second day it was better. The third day she didn't make it through breakfast. In other words, it took quite a while of Esther caring more about how she felt than tending to emails, caring more about how she felt than tending to what was going on with other people. In other words, you've got to put yourself first. You've got to be so selfish. You have to care about how you feel, which means you have to tend to the self that you really are. You've got to find a way of closing that gap between who you're being right now and who you really are. And who you really are loves you so much, adores you, appreciates everything that you are, flows constantly to you, assisting you in every possible way. Last week, Esther came bouncing up the steps, and the step wasn't stable. When she stepped on it, it caved in, and her foot went between the step and the stage. Scraped up her shin. She stumbled onto the stage. It was funny. It was really funny. And Esther thought, for the life of me, I do not know how I went down. So Esther has a dear friend who sees energy. She always comes to the seminars in the city where she lives and sits in the back of the room because she not only likes to see the energy around Abraham, she liked to see the energy around Jerry when he was sitting at the table and the energy around you. She could actually see who was all lighted up. She knows who Abraham is likely to call on because she can read this energy. So after every workshop, she watches all of the live streams. She sends Esther an email, and she says, yeah, Jerry walked on the stage with you. And Esther says, yeah, I know. I can feel him there. And then she said, he caught you last week. And Esther thought, that's why I didn't fall down. Didn't make sense to me. I didn't have my balance. I didn't have anything close to my balance, but I didn't go down. This is the thing that we want you to understand. We've got you. But if you're not knowing that, if you're mad at yourself, then you don't let us get you. You prevent yourself from receiving the inspiration. Do you know when you yawn? That's because you need more oxygen, and we yawn you. All of you are receivers, you see. How often are you in traffic and you know to do something that prevents something that... How many things do you prevent that you don't even know you prevent? So many, because you're receiving constant impulses. You are so blessed. You are so tended to. We are so aware of you, and you are so in your own way so much of the time as you're complaining about this and worrying about that. Watching CNN. So we want you to know that you are the focal point of so much awareness, and that when you ask for something, we all know it. And we see clearly the path for you to move from where you are to where you want to be. And you know what? You want it to be a direct path. We don't. We want you to have fun along the way to the path. We want you to pick up more things along your physical trail along the path. We want you to gain more clarity along the path. We want you to continue to feel your vortex full of more things that you want along the path. Because you know why? It's a very long path. You know why? It's a path of eternity. So you keep being in such a hurry to get over there. I really want to be over there. I'm not happy over here. Then you're not ever going to get over there. Can't get over there. Can't get there from here. If you're unhappy over here about what's over there that you don't have over here, you can't get over there. So what we want you to understand is that it's never about getting over there. It's about preparing over here so that over there can come over here where you are. Did you get that? Because this is about law of attraction. This isn't about law of assertion. It's not law of getting things done. It's not the law of proving worthiness. It's the law of attraction. It's about you finding some way to think some sort of thought, to get on, to hold yourself on your own lap and soothe yourself. I am a good person, and I am doing well, and all is really well, and it's getting better. And I am figuring this out, and things are going my way. And I'm getting clearer every day, and I'm having fun in the process of doing this. And I'm understanding the creative process, and I know that this is a universe based upon attraction, and I know about vibration, and I know what I'm doing with vibration. I'm getting better at it every day, and there's evidence every day that lets me know that. As you soothe yourself, as you do something about tending to your point of attraction, which is all that matters, because everything else is already done, you see. It's like sometimes, we'll just give you a sort of analogy. You've asked for it, and you're summoning it, but you've got your shield up, your cloaking device. You've got your umbrella up, old style. You've got your umbrella up, and everything that you want is flying to you, but you're deflecting it with your habits of thought, with your bogus, ridiculous habits of thought, like unworthiness or unreadiness or not in the right placeness or being mad at somebody else. So we're eager to talk with you about whatever is important to you. Nothing is off limits. You will notice a perfect unfolding in the way this all comes together. We are a collective consciousness. This combination of beings has never been before unto all of the universe. There are far, far, far more of us than the 700 or 800 of you that are in this room and the other thousands that are around the planet watching this. There are more of us participating with you here than you have the ability to comprehend. Everyone who has ever been is interested in what's going on here today. So, let's have some fun.